welcome back to my shitty kitchen. It's nighttime. It's nighttime, so there's not much light. So this is probably going to be quite grainy. Yeah, quite a grainy one. Now, mm, shitty kitchen. I want to talk about a couple of things. Oh, don't shake the table, mate. For funk's sake, what you like? I want to talk about a couple of things. Now, I'm recording this on the 8th of March 2025. And anybody that's watched the last video that I've posted before this, yeah, Star Wars, Jedi Knight II, Jedi Outcast in VR via the wonderful Team Beef VR mod people. Yeah, and a marvellous job they've done as well. Oh, my back is absolutely buggered. Yeah, the wonderful Team Beef people. They've done a fantastic job. Is that in the right place? I don't know. Don't wiggle it about because it make funny crackly noises. Now, generally, not always, generally, a made-for VR game. When you get like a cut scene, or you get like it goes into a different mode. Genotype is a good example. When you have to go into the little body, and go through the things. But it stays inside. Generally, it stays inside the VR mode. So when you turn your head round, you still got the game there, and the game there, and the game is still all around you. Yeah. Generally, there are some exceptions. For the exceptions, when you get like a flat screen cutscene thing in a made-for-VR game, generally, not always, it's fixed to the headset. So when you turn, it turns with you. So it's always directly in front of you, which I believe is how it should be. But there are, again, some exceptions. Hitman 3 Reloaded is a good example of that. Yeah, so there's the bloody menu screen thing, or the cutscene thing, or the cinematic that's playing, and you turn your head and it's yeah. So you're just looking at you're recording a complete black void. That is a bit shit, you know. Now, Jedi Knight II, Jedi Outcast is not made for VR. It is a VR port. So therefore, the cutscenes, and not all of them, strangely enough, some of the cinematics, and the bit where I went into the droid was done as like an immersive cutscene. It was a bit weird. I have to say this. And because I've been playing the game up to that point, and also please bear this in mind, it's my first time ever playing the game. I've never played Jedi Knight II, Jedi Outcast before. I've never played Jedi Knight 3, Jedi Academy ever. I've never played Jedi Knight 1, whatever the Jedi hell that was called. I've never played any of them. So for me, every moment is a new experience. Yeah, it's new. So therefore, I'm going to be surprised when new things happen. Yeah, that's normal. That's natural. That is, yeah. So anyway, yeah, it plonked me into this droid with the screen in front of me. And because I've been moving about and using the head, I was still using my head to look, and I kept looking at a blank screen, and that's what I got confused about. So the recording of that section is really, really piss poor. Now, I had a similar thing with Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and what I started doing was where I recorded it, I then like zoom right in, so I get rid of most of the black edges. It seemed to work in Return to Castle Wolfenstein quite well, and the couple of times in so far in Jedi Knight II, Jedi Outcast, it's a bloody long title, isn't it? Squeeze me. Yeah, it's worked. It's a make do. The presentation of the video is not brilliant, but it's the best I can do. I just wanted to talk about this. But there is another thing I wanted to talk about, which is related, and you can probably see it if you actually look at me. You can probably see it. There's my shoulders. Yeah, knee, shoulders, tits and bum, picky bum. Yeah, there's my shoulders. My head is like that. Yeah, I. It's only through playing VR games that I've become aware of this. Um, I have spent virtually all of my life viewing the world at -5 degrees. Yeah, yeah. But when I was a little lad, I don't know how old I was. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. Um, some age between 7 and 9, that sort of age. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, that sort of age. It was a Saturday, I think. I woke up, or it might have been a Sunday. I woke up in the morning and I was like that. I was stuck. I couldn't move my head. Could not move my head, and it hurt. It hurt a lot. Uh, anyway, my parents thought I was taking the piss. Seriously, they thought, oh, he just doesn't want to go to school on Monday. He's taking the piss. Quite literally. I got into a bit of, my dad was not happy with me. Basically tried to force me out the door on the Monday morning to go to school. And I was crying. I was in so much pain. I was crying. Anyway, my mum relented. I think my dad had to call my mum and get her out of work. Yeah, because they both worked. This was the thing, it's how it was back in them days. Both, my parents both worked. I'd come home from school. I'd have a key to let myself in at a very young age, or my sister would be there. So yeah, I think my mum was called and then had to walk up to the other end of town, which was quite a bloody long way. There was a clinic there. Yeah, hospitals. There was no hospitals in the town where I lived. Good God, I think the nearest hospital was about. Well, the nearest hospital to where I was born and grew up was Aylesbury or Northampton, I think. So yeah, so the sort of area I come from now. Those people that know a little bit of British geography. I'm a North Bucks boy. Yeah, I come from North Bucks. I don't come from Milton Keynes. They built the bloody place around me. Yeah, I come from North Bucks. So yeah, there was no hospitals. So anyway, we walked up to this clinic and sat in the waiting area. It wasn't really like a waiting room. It was just like an area, Anyway, this nurse come over, big nurse, quite nicely spoken, quite softly spoken, but you could see she was quite a powerful lady. Even as a very small young lad, I was like, oh crikey, Anyway, she sort of puts her hands and she's like, oh, and she's like, oh, and she's like, yeah, and what is the matter? Oh yeah, and I'm like this, Anyway, and then she just goes wham like that with all of her bloody strength. My God, I screamed. My funkin' monkey shitting shed did I scream. Yeah. She ripped it back. The muscles had all frozen up and she ripped it back. Tore God knows what inside. But I was only, like I said, 7, 8 years old. I didn't have a clue. I just had to sleep a bit funny for a couple of weeks until it sort of eased off. But I think that was the reason why. That's what happened. I mean, now I look at myself here recording this. I can see it. I can see I'm like, Or actually, it's that way, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So I look at life at -5 degrees. Yeah, and have done pretty much all my life. I'm going to take some tablets for the pain in my back. Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about. It's about the I'm not a professional YouTuber, I only do this as a hobby. I do this for fun. I do this because I'm recording the games. I'm playing the games. I might as well record them. kind of thing, And I appreciate anybody that comes by and watches them and comments and whatever. I do appreciate that, and the subscribers, it's amazing. One interesting thing that's cropped up just recently. I have a serial disliker. Yeah, never had one before. There is somebody. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, based on tracing it back to a comment and when it all started. Yeah, and they have gone through, or they are going through, every single video and disliking. Just disliking. Oh, dislike that. Not watching it, but I dislike it. I think, oh my good God. If you genuinely don't like something, then, genuinely it offends you, then say, not happy about this, please. I would like to see less of this, please. Thank you very much. In a civil way, and then never come back to the channel. That's what a normal person would do. But it seems as if I've got some kind of rabid person that is devoting a portion of their day to going to my channel and dislike. Yeah, it's very interesting that some people feel the need to behave like that. Obviously, they don't have a lot else going on for them in their life, and that's what makes them happy, I suppose. It doesn't hurt me because it's an interaction, so thanks. Yeah, you're interacting with my video. Thank you very much. Whether it's a like or a dislike, you're doing me a favour. So, yeah, I thought I'd get that off my chest as well. What else? Ah, yeah. Getting back to Star Wars Jedi Knight II, Jedi Outcast. Yeah, I don't own Jedi Knight III, Jedi Academy at the moment. But as soon as I've finished Outcast, I'm not going to say the whole name again. As soon as I've finished Outcast, I am going to treat myself to Academy, because apparently the Team Beef VR mod is JKXR, I think it's called. You can find it on SideQuest. There should be a link in the actual videos, the Star Wars Outcast videos. There should be a link in the description that will take you to the thing, and a link that also take you to a little bit of extra information about where to buy the game from and how to actually set the mod up. It's quite simple. It is really, really simple. But apparently this mod also works for Academy. So I shall be jumping into that. I am playing an awful lot of Team Beef VR ports on the standalone headset. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of them because at the moment, since the turn of last year, there hasn't been a lot really going on, or there hasn't been a lot released that has caught my attention, shall we say, as far as VR games are concerned. So it could be that for the first time, for 2.5 years, there might not be a VR video on a particular day. I don't know when, but it is a possibility. That there is just literally nothing that I want to play in VR, or so I'll play something else instead. Yeah, wouldn't be the first time I've done it. Won't be the last. So yeah, just a little bit of an information thing, a little bit of an information sharing thing. Like I said, this is the next shitty kitchen since the one before. Makes sense. But I did promise that it would hopefully be a bit of a funnier one, a bit of a better one, a bit of a not so grumpy one. So yeah, I think this has been a not so grumpy one. So I'll say cheers. Yes, thank you.